The Team Lally show was previously recorded.
It's time to enter the world of real estate in Oʻahu with Hawaii's only true real estate radio show, the Team Lally Real Estate Show. Grab a pen and get ready to take notes. For the next full hour, Hawaii's premier real estate leader, Adrienne Lally, and Attilio Leonardi will bring you the latest in real estate news and real-world strategies on how they can guarantee to sell your home at a price and deadline you agree to, or they'll buy it. Now, here are your hosts, Adrienne and Attilio.
Welcome to the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the guaranteed sold program, or we'll buy it. If you have any questions, just give us a call at 799-9596 or check us out online at teamlally.com.
Hey everybody, this is Attilio, and this is the art part of the show, Attilio's Random Thoughts, where we bring you something that might be helpful to put to use in your life. And today's art is that it's okay to have questions, but try, let me see, how can I phrase this to be as concise and clear as possible? It's okay to have questions, but avoid questioning everything. And the example, obviously if you're in a situation and you don't have a lot of information, or there's not a lot of research or due diligence that you can do on the particular situation, you're going to question everything. But when getting into a situation, and specifically what I mean by is that we have a couple of candidates that are looking to join Team Lally, and I said, it's okay to have questions, but try not to question everything, because we've been doing this for 20 years, and we have a proven track record, and we've been consistent year after year, operating at a high level, helping people buy and sell homes and serving them with hospitality, and that we don't wholesale change everything every year, but we're constantly looking for ways to improve and do better. So there's a lot more time and energy, track record, data points on our end on these are the things you need to do to be successful. Don't question them. Like, gain understanding of why we're telling you to do that, but don't question everything like, well, how do I know that that's going to work?
And then, as you said that we're constantly tweaking. Yeah. There is a new process that we've come up with, and we're calling it the co-pilot program, where our new team members are going to be in escrow within the first 30 days and being a co-pilot with one of our more seasoned agents. So really getting to learn and earn immediately. Yeah, so for you as persons out there looking to hire a real estate team, there's, 8,000, 10,000 licensees in Oʻahu. So it's pretty tough to, what do you do? If I think 9 times out of 10, everybody's just going to go to a Google search and they're going to type in intuitively what they think would work to generate them the best agents. And what are they typically typing in those Google search bars? Best realtor in Honolulu or whatever city you live in. Yep. And you got to be careful, because there may be people that are good at Google searches and SEO. SEO, and maybe not too good on the actually helping or the serving of you and your real estate needs. So you obviously, and you want to have both, because someone that is can do a good real estate transaction is going to be good at the internet, because that's where they're going to be marketing your home. One of the things that you can look at, because everything in life is subjective and has bias, implicit bias, in that everybody has a judgment or history or situations or cultural backgrounds that you come from, and that's going to skew or it's going to affect your judgment on your decision. And so to remove that subjectivity and help you make the best decision, say, just straight up from a logical standpoint with data points, they should look at the Google reviews. And if they look at the Google reviews, what are they going to find, Adrienne? That we have, I think the last time I looked, it was about 770 of them with the average of a 4.9 star rating. So we do have a few people in there that we're not too happy. It's okay. We cannot please everybody. Yeah, that's human nature. But there's also responses in there to those people that were not so happy. So we want to mention it over and over again, but July 7th, we do have a
career night coming up, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. That's going to be at our office in the James Campbell Industrial Park. And
we'll be doing interviews right after as well.
Yep. And if you want to RSVP, all you got to remember is hawaiicareernight.com, hawaiicareernight.com, or you can go to teamlally.com. Speaking of someone that has created an awesome career for people in property management.
And has lots of 5-star reviews.
And like hundreds of 5-star reviews from all of their clients.
And even renters, too.
And renters. I've spoken to renters that say, I want to rent stuff in this property that's managed by this property management company because my rental experience was so good. Who's that?
That would be Duke Kim Han of Hawaii Pacific Property Management.
Hey, Duke.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Man, what a market we're in right now.
I know.
They are lining up to rent their houses from us.
Yes.
Because the market is, the prices are going down and the buyers are going out of town.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a $500,000 difference between the amount of sellers and buyers across the United States on an average.
Yeah, Florida is, oh boy,
Top
my
10.
old stomping ground is, I think the number was 180,000 homes for sale.
Yeah, and
their average price over last year from this year is down 40%.
Yeah. Yeah,
thank God we live in Hawaii.
I know. We had a list of the places where there was more sellers than buyers, and a lot of the cities in Florida were on that list.
They're the top.
Oh, man. So this is a time, if you got your house for sale and you can't sell it for even 4 months, you got to put it on the rental market just for a little bit. Let the market recuperate a little bit. Let the interest rate creep down a little bit and get some rent.
Yeah.
Don't take zero, because that's what you're doing every month that clicks by. A month of lost rent is lost rent forever.
Yeah.
So a lot of these houses are going to sell for, $1.1 million to $800,000. These houses will rent for $4,000 to $5,000 a month.
Yeah. You can just be waiting.
This is the time to do it too. PCS season, April to August. There are 7,500 people switching out in these months.
Yeah.
Families that are going to leave and come. So about 3,700 out, 3,700 families in. It's so busy. Cleaners, movers, rental property managers, we're all slam busy.
Yeah.
I probably get 3 calls a week, and people are just calling saying, hey, I'm moving to Hawaii. I'm going to be stationed here. What areas can I look in? And I just say, hey, go to our website, look at the available rentals, and talk to the property managers.
Duke, how many available rentals do you guys currently have? Because I know, like, last time we talked about it, you didn't have that many that were even open.
Okay, so pre-April, we averaged about 30 to 40. After April to May, we went up to 72 vacants.
Wow.
And now we're down to 36 today.
Nice. Getting them rented.
So, yeah, and we have 10 new owners a week that come on board with us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think it's
busy right now.
I have
cleaners, movers.
Everybody. Because it's funny because not funny, but you guys, when we sit down with clients, we tell them, here's what we're going to recommend for you getting this property for sale. But guess what? If you decide to stick a renter in, it's the same thing. You got to get the property ready for the renter
still property
too.
prep.
Right.
And,
and homeowners are usually pretty quick to say, okay, just to get it rented, get some rental income coming in.
Yeah.
But to let it sit there more than 6 months, how much can you lower your asking price in this market, That's what you have to ask yourself.
Yeah, and vacant homes, they get sad. They get depressed.
Lonely. They get lonely.
They start crying, but it's not tears. It's called water leaks because it's vacant. And you got to keep an eye on that and people breaking in.
People are worried about renting out a house because they hear horror stories about bad tenants.
Yeah.
Well, we try as hard as we can, as hard as anybody that I know I compete with in the property management side to not put a bad tenant in there. I go so far as to guarantee you that if we got to evict them, then I'm going to pay the legal costs to get them out.
Yeah. That eviction guarantee, as far as we know, that you're the only one. You're the only one that offers that.
You're the only one. You're the only one.
I mean, we've had, I don't know, 30, 40 evictions in 16, 17 years.
Yeah.
But if you look at what that is per year, that's maybe one or two.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just people that come up on hard times.
Yeah.
Their income changes. They get a divorce.
Yes.
They get separated from the military.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of things that can happen in life that'll make you not able to pay your rent.
You guys are usually pretty good about working with them to get them out, so it doesn't have to get to that point where it's an eviction.
Just sitting there for months and months and months.
Yes.
Yeah. We had a postman who was with the post office 22 years.
Yeah.
And he got a divorce. And then he went kind of off the rail right there.
No way. A postal worker went off the rail? No way.
Yeah.
Is that possible?
He didn't answer his door. He locked himself in the house and didn't come out for like 2 months. And finally, he agreed to move out.
Gotcha.
But, man, I mean, anything can happen in life.
Yeah. And you guys are there to deal with it.
But you guys have this screening process. I know Mary has called and talked about it, just how deep that Hawaii Pacific Property Management goes on screening the tenants, which eliminates, just some of these issues.
I swear we turn away 55% of the people that apply.
Yeah.
So it's just that hard to get in.
Yeah.
But you know what? There is so many tenants in Hawaii because most of them cannot afford to buy a house.
Yeah.
Think about that. It's just they got to rent. That's their only choice. You want a house, you want to live in Hawaii, you can station there, transferred here. What else are you going to do?
Yeah. I have a 5-star review on your guys' website. It's from the owner. I had a tenant who was with the post office for 22 years. He stopped communicating for 2 months, and Duke and his team were able to get him out without him going postal. Thank you.
Yeah, and it was in one of our Kailua houses.
Oh,
Let me tell you.
Oh, those are expensive.
Yeah, he was renting for $4,500 a month and then just stopped.
Yeah.
So 2 months later, we got him out before, we used some of his security deposit.
Yeah.
But we actually had to help him move out. He was such a nice guy.
Yeah.
He told us his story, and we're just like, okay, we're help. So you just got to get out.
I think that's what you guys do. You come to them and you help them, and you serve them, and then it's just like you said, life is going to happen. Life is not perfect. It's going to happen, and you want Duke and your team there to manage that situation.
Yeah, if you've got to go to that eviction, it's it's going to cost a lot more.
Yeah.
And time and money.
You can see us on our website, or you can call us.
Yeah.
We answer our phones all the time.
That's right.
HIPacificPM.com or 445-9223, area code 808.
All right.
Thanks, Duke.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, that was Duke Kim Han of Hawaii Pacific Property Management. He's an expert we trust. You can find him on the resource tab of teamlally.com with all the other experts that we trust.
Hey, if you're a realtor out there and you're not sure who to use, maybe you're just starting in your career. And I remember I got the best advice from my first broker. He said, just go interview a bunch of different people for the different aspects. He said, go interview an escrow officer,
home inspector,
appraisers, stuff like that, and interview them, these lenders and people that you use on a day-to-day basis to find out who. Well, guess what? We did all the interviews. We've been working with these people for many, many years, and we've done the work for you. So if you're a brand new agent or in the industry, or maybe who you've been working with, you've fallen out of that situation, just go to teamlally.com, our resource tab, and you feel free. You can use all the experts we trust and that we've endorsed. Speaking of another expert we trust, we have someone that's going to help you with the most critical part of buying real estate, the loan.
That's
Who's
right.
The
that
mortgage.
Would be Danny with DHA Financial.
Hey, Danny.
Hi, guys.
What you got for us this week?
Well, actually, just give everyone a quick update here. So the Fed met today, and they actually didn't cut interest rates or didn't do anything. So right now they left interest rates the same. So they're more or less kind of looking at wait and see stance, just because of, I think what they're doing is waiting to see if the tariffs are going to be inflationary or not. So I still think that, buyers that are talking about sitting on the fence, now is a good time to get in there, get a property identified, and get pre-approved and purchase one before everything starts to break loose.
Yeah, I think everybody's always thinking like, I'm just waiting for the market to go down, and that would be just like the same thing as saying I'm waiting for typewriters and landlines to come back.
That's correct.
The album, the vinyl album is having
making a comeback.
They sell those at Walmart, but I don't think you're going to see any landline phones for sale at Walmart anytime soon, because that has come and gone. And it's the same thing with buying a home. If you are in a situation where your family's goals and priorities are we want to own versus rent, or we're tired of living with mom and dad, now's the time.
I mean, right now, as a buyer, you have a little bit more leverage, and you can negotiate seller credits, which will help you for closing costs and maybe to buy down the rate a little bit. And like, you're getting in before you're having to compete, right? When everyone else jumps in the market when the interest rates do drop.
So, Danny, if they give you a call, what does that look like? How does that conversation start with them, a buyer that wants to get pre-approved?
So, very simple. Just talk to them about what their current work history is and what they think their credit's at. Talk a little bit about their income. Then after that, it's more or less gathering their documents, gathering up the documents, and then I take a quick look at everything, and then call them back, within 24 hours or less, and let them know what their options are, and then. As borrowers or buyers, they're the ones that decide kind of what options they want to choose.
Yes. Adrian.
That's easy.
That
seems like it's a very streamlined, easy kind of conversation. It wouldn't be painful at all.
Yeah, I think what's been our experience with you, Danny, and your team is that the responsiveness, because of, you think about it when you're working, if you're a buyer too, you have that emotional high of like, I want to do this like now. And so we got to jump in there and do it, because I'll tell you, I don't think anybody's going to, 20 years ago, I was really excited to buy a house and I bought a house. I don't think anybody is going to circle back and say, I was really excited to buy a house and I bought a house. What a bummer. 20 years later, no one ever is going to say that regarding real estate. So what are you all waiting for? Give Danny a call. I think that responsiveness is going to help. Kind of like when you want to go sign up for the gym. You just got to go.
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
Just do it.
Start working out.
Danny's like your personal trainer.
For the mortgage.
That's right. He'll get you in shape.
He's going to tell you drop and give him 20, and then I want to see you fill out this loan application,
and even give you a little coaching if you need to get your credit score up.
Yeah.
So,
right. Okay. Well, thank you, Danny. Anything else?
No, that's perfect. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Danny.
Thanks for the update.
Okay.
All right, that's Danny with DHA Financial. He is an expert we trust. You can find him on the resource tab on the experts we trust.
Hey, Duke talked about it. We're as far as what's going on with houses sitting, so more and more people are wanting to rent them out. Danny just came on, talked about the Fed not wanting to do anything with interest rates because they're kind of keeping an eye on the economy. Well, here's some data that we can share with you.
This is for May.
This is for May, and this is from the Honolulu Board of Realtors. Thank you to our Honolulu Board of Realtors for these stats that they provide every week.
This is for Oʻahu.
And it's for single-family homes and condos. Why don't you tell them what's going on with these condos?
So the median sale price for condos is $500,000. So half sold above, half sold below. And there's 374 condo sales in the month of May, which was down by a negative 21%. So less condo sales. I think a big part of it is with those maintenance fee increases and special assessments with the insurance.
Now, you got to understand here, it's not that there's less condos for sale. There are a ton of them. In fact, that inventory is continuing to climb. What you're seeing is less and less.
Selling.
21.8% less have sold in the May of this year compared to last year. And as Adrian mentioned, what was it again? What are we seeing as some of the factors on that?
Well, we're seeing special assessments. We're seeing increases in maintenance fees. So there's just less. I think there's less people. People are a little bit more cautious when they are before getting into a condo. Yeah,
we've seen Imperial Plaza. We've seen the maintenance fees go up quite a bit
over the years.
That's just at a building for an example, and so you want to take a look at those. because it also affects what you qualify for, and then it's going to be part of your monthly budget.
Yep.
And unlike a mortgage, it doesn't go away. It stays there.
I mean, one of the things that you could do, like if there is a special assessment, that could be negotiated where the seller pays off that special assessment. So it keeps your maintenance fees just with the maintenance fees and no special assessment.
So I want to manage the expectations if you're out there thinking about selling your condo and maybe it's an investment, or maybe you want to move into a single family home. Just be prepared. We're seeing even some condos where 10 or 15 years ago, people are lucky to get out what they got into them because we've just seen such dramatic price adjustments. And even if there was an exact condo, just like yours, identical twin, birthed from the same mom, and it comes up for sale, and then whatever it sold for 6 months ago is not necessarily what your condo is going to sell for. In fact, it may end up most of the time we're suggesting you price it at a lower price to avoid you just sitting on the market month after month
and chasing the market down.
Now
let's talk about single family homes for the month of May.
So the median sale price is $1,175,000, and what that means is half the homes sold for more than that and half the homes sold for less than that on Oahu. And obviously that's gone up because in all the years we've been doing this, we've seen 700, 800, 900. Now we're at about a 1,175 for median sale price. However, home sales year over year are still down 5.6%. Not as much as the condos, which is telling you that there's more demand for the single-family homes.
Okay, so we do have a special call-in guest that's going to share with us some life-changing information.
She is also an expert we trust. And the field of study that she is an expert in is helping people understand. If I were to describe what she does, is help creating an environment where people come into it and a facilitator is there that helps them understand why they behave the way they do and why the people around them behave the way they do. And she's going to expand on that. And who is that?
That would be Ha'aheo from PSI Seminars.
Hi, Ha'aheo.
Oh, aloha.
Aloha. So what you got for us this week? I know we're doing great.
That's so awesome. I just got back from Disneyland.
Nice.
I spent my 70th birthday there.
Nice.
And just an opportunity to meet people and talk about what's possible. Many, many challenges and how to think out of the box instead of thinking the way we normally think.
Yes.
And so that is what we do, and we've found that very valuable in our personal relationships and especially in business today. We can't keep operating the way we used to and expect the same results.
Now, to get this wisdom, is it in a pill format, injection, an actual class we can go to? What's the delivery method?
There's an actual class. Our next class is July 11th to the 13th. And our facilitator, Kathy Quinlan Perez, will be coming in on July 10th to talk about mastering relationships.
Nice.
And that class is free.
And where is that going to be hosted? Do you guys have a location already or still working?
That will be also at the Hilton in the South Pacific Ballroom. So July 10th is free. And then the class on July 11th to the 13th, of course, there is a tuition and we'll be offering an incentive on July 10th.
Nice. Gotcha. That's very exciting.
Yes, we are very excited. We're moving forward. We've had some challenges, and we're figuring out new solutions.
Yeah, and that, you know what, that just sounds like life. And I think the most important thing about life is that, one of my key takeaways from this training was you can have a perspective that things happen to you or they happen for you. And this is everything. I've been talking about the worst thing you can think of. If you have the mindset that it's happening to you, you just spiral down. But if
that's the victim.
If you reframe that and just say it's happening for me, how can I grow from this? Then it's a better outcome because you're not going to stop those things from happening to you. That's life. Right?
No, that is so true. I purchased a house through Team Lally.
Thank you. Awesome.
And we've had some challenges, and instead of, my son is the contractor, and instead of working on why is this happening to me, we're looking at what are the solutions. And so we've created opportunities we didn't even know were available.
Yes. Yeah, I like what they say. To think,
that's amazing.
To think is to create. July 11th. We are such advocates of this training, PSI, and a lot of times people, I will tell you 99 times out of 100, they'll say it's probably something you've never heard of, and they'll either hear it from a relative or somebody that they've never heard of it. And I said yes, because most of the time, the way you're going to hear about it is because somebody in your life cares enough about you to mention it.
You know what, Atilio? I think that, we started our in-person team meetings. Yeah. We started that back up yesterday, and we'll be meeting every week. So I think we're going to add, as part of that, those meetings, we'll do like a little PSI minute.
Yeah, PSI minute.
Yeah, just to bring it back and keep it in front of us.
And maybe we'll have you come out to our quarterly event. And you can you can do our PSI update.
Yes,
kind of like the weather update for the workshop of the mind.
Mm-hmm.
But, I would love that. I am actually doing some free workshops.
Nice.
At Kapi'olani Community College on leadership, because there are so many people affected by COVID who are challenged with some form of leadership in their life, and so. There's a gentleman named Rusty Omori that's supporting me.
Yes. I saw that.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I welcome you to invite anybody you know to attend, and they're free. There's a scholarship fund, and then they will be invited to attend the basic at a very reduced price.
Yeah. I think that's important because the challenges a lot of people have in life, the number one person they're having challenges lead is themselves. Mm-hmm. And so if we can learn to do this with others, but starting with ourselves, we just have more of a fulfilled life. That's my personal opinion on that, and that's what I've experienced personally too. Mm-hmm. So anyway.
I absolutely agree with you. I absolutely agree.
Okay, so what's the website?
Website is psiseminars.com.
And then what about this free leadership training? How do they sign up for that or find out more about that one?
Okay, I will send you the 2 flyers. There are 2 sessions.
Yes.
Session 1 is was designed for students at KCC, but anybody can attend. Session 2 is specifically leadership, and we're looking to support the city and all of their department heads in a leadership program. So I will send you both flyers.
Perfect.
And then
and we will share
whoever you want. You can post it on your website. Yes.
Hey. We will support you on that. Thank you. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you, Haheo.
Aloha.
Aloha.
All right. So if any of our listeners want to find out about any of those events, you can just email info@teamlally.com. We will get you into those trainings.
Yeah, if you're in management or own a business and stuff like that, you always need to be seeking to plug into things outside of your organization to make improvements. That's right. And it helps with retention because people like following leaders that are always on the grow.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to share a review, and then we're going to take a quick break. Okay. So this one is from Yasmin Smith. She says, I got a call from Robert shortly after filling out a form on the website. Robert is very nice and professional. I got scheduled to discuss options to sell my home the same day. Mr. Howard went over my options with me. Currently in the process of deciding what to do, but initial experience with the team was pretty good.
Yeah.
Good job, Robert and Howard.
And before that, we talk about our guests here coming up. I wanted to mention to you that we do have a Wahiawa condo for sale. This is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. The list price is $279,000. Maintenance fees are only $460. It does need a little TLC, hence the price. But this is a great opportunity for a first-time home buyer to get into a condo. And it is in Wahiawa, really close to Wheeler and Schofield, the North Shore, and everything else. And it's a great opportunity. And if you want more information, give us a call. You want to talk about a deal of the weekend?
So this week's deal of the week is in Kapolei, 921226 Palahia Street, CC 105.
Listed at $550,000. It's a 2-bedroom, 2 full baths, and 843 square feet, freshly updated living space.
Fully furnished, move-in ready with new blinds, kitchen appliances, bathroom fixtures, and new bedroom doors.
Thoughtfully redone plumbing and durable vinyl flooring makes this home low maintenance and worry-free.
Enjoy stunning ocean and mountain views from your private patio and deck, perfect for morning coffee or sunset grilling.
Hey, you know what? This thing's got 2 parking. It's secure entry with a key card access, peaceful, well-kept community.
Close to beaches, shopping, restaurants, and all that Kapolei has to offer.
All right, that's our deal of the weekend.
Yes. Let's talk about...
in Kapolei.
Oh, yes, in Kapolei.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, so we do have a few open houses coming up on Sunday as well. Let's see, Ewa Beach, and Kapolei.
All right, so our first one is 911040 Kai Ho'ohonu Street in Ewa Beach. List price is going to be $1,125,000. This is Sunday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., June 22nd.
3 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, 1,800 square feet, detached single-family home.
This one's got energy-efficient AC with 37. Did I say 37? Yeah, I said 37 solar panels and net metering. That's the good kind of
that's
solar
what you want.
Package that you want.
3-car garage.
3-car. Oh, but I needed to finish. Only $30 a month for the electric bill.
Nice.
Spacious loft, ideal for home office, playroom, extra living space.
Lush backyard and with a lanai for outdoor living.
Near pristine beaches and all that. You know what? All houses near a beach.
Yes.
VA assumable loan with a gap of under 80K. By the way, all of our listings in our miscellaneous doc section for you realtors, we have all of that right there to make your lives easier to come open escrow with us.
Okay, next one, Kione Kapu Place in Ewa Beach, $910,000. It's open on Sunday 1 to 4.
June 22nd.
3 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, 1,372 square foot detached home.
Now, remember, this is no private showings on this one, so your only opportunity to see it is at this open house. Luxury vinyl flooring downstairs, split AC units throughout.
Vaulted ceilings.
Tesla batteries, solar panels. I think Elon Musk, if you ever need a repair, he'll come to your house to fix this.
And this one is also a VA assumable at 5.75. The balance is $846,000, so a very small gap on that one too.
Yep.
And then the last open house on Sunday in Kapolei.
So 801 Kakala Street, Unit 1904. That's list price $700,000. Sunday, June 22nd, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m.
3 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, 1,356 square foot. This is a townhome, and this is just back on the market.
2-story layout with a private yard space.
Located in a secure community and on-site security guard.
Enjoy stunning sunrises and sunset views.
And 2 parking included.
Just moments from beautiful beaches, cozy cafes.
Local shops.
And local shops.
All right, so those are our open houses. All right, we are going to take a break and just stay with us. When we come back, we'll be talking with Bradley Maruyama of Allstate Insurance. He's going to share expert tips to protect your home, assets, and financial future through smart insurance strategies.
So stay with us.
Have you ever been in a financial bind? How long did you wait before you called in the experts? Aaron and Alexis knew they couldn't wait much longer. They were preparing to return to the mainland and carrying both a rent and a mortgage on their home in Mililani. It was definitely time to call my friends Adrian Lally and Attilio Leonardi of Team Lally Real Estate Group of Keller Williams Honolulu to step in and help. They dove right in and discussed the selling process, wasting no time. Adrian and Attilio prepared their home for market, and within 3 short weeks, the listing went live. But wait, not even a full week later, Aaron and Alexis had 2 offers on their home and closed escrow over the asking price. When you need to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama, trust Adrian and Attilio of Team Lally to do the job for you. Call 808-799-9596. That's 808-799-9596. Or visit teamlally.com, spelled Lally, Lally.
Taking one cash offer for your home doesn't have to be your only option. I'm Barbara Corcoran, and especially in today's current market, having a local real estate agent who offers great marketing and options that are customized to fit your needs is smart. In Honolulu, the agents I trust are Adrian Lally and Attilio Leonardi. They can give you a guarantee to sell your home, flexible fees, or up to $10,000 in cash to help with repairs.
Get the option that's right for you. Go to teamlally.com. Hey, Sean Hannity here with the only real estate team in your market that I recommend. Adrian Lally and Attilio Leonardi of Team Lally Real Estate Group of Keller Williams, Honolulu. Now, thanks for joining me today. And what do you tell someone that wants to rent a home instead of selling it?
That's a fabulous idea, Sean. And here's why. 90% of the wealth in this country was built through real estate. When we sit down with our clients, we are always asking what most realtors don't ask. Have you thought about keeping your home and renting it out?
That's right, Adrian. We have an expert we trust who has hundreds of 5-star reviews and works with over 1,000 plus property owners to protect their Hawaii real estate. They do no sales, only one thing, property management.
All right, thanks for keeping us up to date. Put the most experience and the best marketing to work for you. Call Team Lally now at 799-9596 or online at teamlally.com. That's teamlally.com.
When you're trying to find the best of the best, don't settle for an agent that's just like the rest. Pick a team that knows just what to do. From buying or selling, we work hard for you. Team Lally, the best real estate in the islands. 227-2703.
Welcome back, and thanks for listening to the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed Sold program, or we'll buy it. I'm Adrian.
And I'm Attilio.
And if you have any questions, just give us a call at 799-9596 or check us out online at teamlally.com.
Now, we haven't played it in a while, but that was the Team Lally jingle produced, recorded.
And sang.
And sang by our very own Howard Ned. Big shout out to Howard Ned for the Team Lally jingle.
He's going to be a guest on our show, I think, in the next week or so.
Yeah. So. All right. Speaking of our guest today, he was born and raised in Hawaii, earned his Bachelor of Business Administration from the University of Hawaiʻi at Mānoa, demonstrating his strong connection and ongoing commitment to our local community.
As the owner of Maruyama Associates, Allstate Insurance, he brings over 20 years of experience helping local families protect what matters most, from home and auto to life and retirement solutions. His personalized approach has made him a trusted resource in our community. Please welcome back our guest, Bradley Maruyama.
Bradley, you know how we've come a long way with you?
How do you know?
Because Adrian can finally pronounce your last name correctly. She was like, Mama Yama, yo mama. She was like mangling it in the beginning, but she's come so far. Maruyama.
Very, very far.
Yep. So what you got for us this week? How long you been in real estate, Bradley?
No. Insurance.
I mean, why am I saying real estate? That just popped in my head. I think we've been doing business with him so long that I feel like he's like just part of our team.
He is part of our team.
That's why I said real estate.
Yeah.
How long you been doing insurance?
I make 20 years on November 1st of this year.
Oh, wow. 20 years. What made you decide to get into real estate in the beginning?
Insurance.
I keep saying real estate. You're so embedded in our team. Insurance.
Well, I used to work for a floor covering wholesaler.
Yeah.
So one of the brands we had was Pergo back in the day.
Yeah.
And I used to golf with a lot of property managers, a lot of other flooring contractors. And one day, one of the flooring retailers out there that's pretty well known took me golfing, and there was a bunch of insurance agents that were there golfing with property managers. Mm-hmm. And they were older, and they said, since you're young, you're in your mid-20s, you should get into insurance now. And start building your business. It's very tough in the beginning. But, after you get established 15, 20 years from now, you're going to be able to sustain renewal income. And so I said, wow, that's something that I probably would want to get into at a young age and take some chances. And I was living at home at the time. So that's what kind of got me into it, just golfing with property managers and flooring contractors that tied me up with some seasoned insurance agents.
And then, Bradley, why did you decide to get with Allstate of all of the different brands that you had to choose from? What stood out? So I initially interviewed with State Farm, and what I really liked about Allstate is that you have ownership in it. So
I always wanted to build a business where I could hand down to the next generation. And so that was one of the main reasons I went to Allstate when it came down to choosing between State Farm and Allstate. But I did shadow those people that were golfing. They were brokers, so they represented companies like First Insurance, Island Insurance, Dietrich, Fireman's Fund, RLI, and so forth. But what I think why I went Allstate versus a brokerage was that Allstate has a household name. A lot of people have heard of Allstate. Being 25 years old, people are going to look at me and say, oh, okay, you're a broker for XYZ brokerage. Yeah. But you really don't have that same backing as something like Allstates or Geico's or State Farms that people hear day in, day out, whether they're coming from California or Washington or they're in Hawaii. So main reason why I went to Allstate just because of the household name.
Yeah, plus they got, and their marketing is pretty memorable. They got that Mayhem guy. They got the guy, he was like the president in 24 Hour. I forgot what, he has a real deep voice. I know he was like a spokesman. Yeah,
he was in the movie Major League. I can't think of his real name, but
before Mayhem,
he was Jobu in Major League.
Yeah, and and then the good hands, got you covered.
So with the household name, the marketing, But then what about the products that Allstate can offer, and then also I know that you have some flexibility. Like when Allstate doesn't have those products to kind of go outside and still serve your clients. How does that work?
Yeah, so although we're a proprietary company, so meaning we mainly sell Allstate product, what Allstate Product Management was able to identify is that if we cannot write it, so let's just say Allstate doesn't want to write tenant-occupied homes, they give us 2 or 3 other options to offer clients that Allstate may not want to be in. But it's just very helpful because if we can't write it, we can outsource it and still be that servicing agent for that insured. So it is a really cool aspect. Same thing with life insurance. We used to have an Allstate Life product, but what they realized is that why not use life insurance companies that specialize in life insurance, like John Hancock and Prudential and Protective. So what they did was they understood that same concept with the life insurance side and said, well, we're not that strong with life insurance, so why don't we allow our agents to use companies that do well with life insurance? So very similar, just like commercial. Let's talk even about commercial. They realized that they didn't have the commercial business mastered, the pricing, the product. So what they did was they did away with our commercial line. Allstate did, and they allowed us to write companies like First Insurance, Island Insurance, Travelers, and Philadelphia. So we do have 5 or 6 other commercial carriers we can use. Yeah. We write Progressive commercial auto insurance now.
Wow.
So it is something that they did identify. We're not good at commercial, so let's give it to the companies that do better with commercial.
Nice.
So you're talking about all the different things that Allstate outsources. What is the specialty that Allstate is really good at, and that's their, that's the target?
Oh, okay, good question. Okay, so right now, in fact, I was just speaking to some realtors, and some of them are even telling some buyers, it's not a good time to buy. Insurance is an issue. And I said, no, you gotta let's take a step back. So a lot of brokers, they're running into some issues because they're real estate brokers. They're running into some issues because they're only reaching out to certain insurance agents. Yeah. And one of the knockout questions is, when was the roof redone? And a knockout question is if the roof is 12 years or older, a lot of companies are not renting those homes. Okay? So with that said, Allstate's homeowners policy, we don't have a specific age of roof that will be a knockout question. Yeah. We send out a third-party inspector, and they look to see if there's shingles missing or if there's granules missing. So it's not so specific towards the age of the roof, where a lot of people are running into problems. Electrical, that's another problem that a lot of people are running into. As long as it's updated, we don't have an issue. We're not looking for a specific date because let's just say you bought the house 5 years ago and now you're getting dropped by XYZ company, and you can't furnish when the electrical is redone, whether it was in 1982 or 1998. Most people don't know that. But so the benefit to us is in our process, as long as it's updated, inspector looks at it, it's not nothing to, we're going to be able to go ahead and write that policy. So I would say that question is, I think our homeowners product is priced very well. We're a lot more flexible in the underwriting. So if you are in the buyer or seller's market, please notify an Allstate agent because this is where our sweet spot is right now.
Yeah.
Home and auto insurance.
And we introduce all of our clients as soon as they, obviously, as soon as they open escrow, we're making an introduction. But our agents are trained to reach out to Bradley and his team just to help, make sure that we're, on top of things in case it's an unusual kind of home. We don't want to be surprised with a very high insurance quote, right?
Yeah. And, with that said, so it's very, very important to reach out to us like you folks early on in a process because there was a property. I went out to look at it because this realtor said, man, my client's having a hard time. I said, this is Wailaiki. I went personally to the house. The roof is good. The electrical was updated. The plumbing was updated. And I was like, why are they having a hard time? Come to find out, because they said they even had a hard time with Allstate. Come to find out, they had a loss last year.
Oh.
So also pulling a loss history could be a knockout question, right? But going back to what what Adrian and Attilio were saying just 10 minutes ago, the power of us being at Allstate is even if we can't write it at Allstate because there's a claim or it's too close to the water or the roof is old, we do have markets that can write these policies. So if you're a realtor and you're stuck and you're going to fall out of escrow, make sure you give us a call.
Yeah.
And I would say call Bradley. Don't call just any Allstate agent because you guys are not all created equal.
Yeah.
And let's, maybe you can share with the listeners what is the moment of truth, Bradley?
What is the moment of truth?
Yeah, so the moment of truth is, when you're in that bind and you're in a claim, is your agent going to go to bat for you? Are they going to handhold you through the claims process? Because many of you out there, number one, don't know insurance as well as someone like our office.
Yeah.
And so you're not going to know what to tell the adjuster or what to tell the other party's adjuster. So the moment of truth is, having to work with our office where we're going to handhold you and walk you through that process so you don't feel like you're all alone and trying to navigate getting your car or house fixed, because it's a very stressful time. So, there was an instance with Adrian and Attilio where even with me hand-holding, we ran into a roadblock with our own adjusters, and, I had to do all my research to speak to the adjuster of why this should have been covered.
Yeah.
And, since then, we built a really strong bond of trust where they know that I'm going to do whatever I can do to make sure that they're taken care of.
Yeah.
And then, Bradley, share with the listeners, too. I mean, obviously, unfortunately, we've had a couple of moment of truths with you, and you've always been there, right there for us. But just one story that really stands out is, it's like when these things happen, there's not like, oh, well, it's Christmas morning, so, we can't be dealing with these emergencies. I know that it's even on holidays, you have gone out to help clients. Maybe you can just share that story real quick with the listeners.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
That was that building in off of South Street. Regardless of what building it was, there was a single parent, and there was a flood in her unit, and it was Christmas morning, and she didn't know what to do. She had a young child. And she was like, what do I do? What do I do? No one's calling me back. Water mitigation companies aren't calling me back. So that Christmas morning, I went down there. She didn't want to touch the floor, right? Because she didn't want to compromise the claim not being covered. But
yeah.
I went down there. I pulled up parts of the floor. We put fans until we got a mitigation company to answer the next day on the 26th. And, I would recommend not touching the floor until professionals get there. But in this case, this lady was panicking. She didn't know where the shutoff valve was. And she didn't want mold and mildew to grow around her young child. So I did go down there Christmas morning and make sure that we calmed her down and we set up a hotel for her to stay at. And she was happy. Client for life.
Mm-hmm. And that's the moment of truth.
That's the moment of truth.
Yes.
They have one in the every couple goes through the moment of truth. Bradley, would you like to hear the moment of truth?
Yes, let's hear it.
Okay, when your wife turns to you and says, "Do I look fat in this dress?" That is the moment of truth.
That's a different moment of truth than what Bradley just described to Leo.
And by the way, there's no insurance for that answer.
Zero insurance.
Zero insurance.
Since we're on claims, I always think about this because this is what do you call it? It's an urban legend, but a lot of end users or insurers, they think that us, the agent, pays out on these claims. You don't want me to file the claim because it's going to come out of your pocket. Well, I want everyone to know that it's the carrier that pays for the claims. Us as agents, it doesn't affect us in any shape or form. So sometimes we may advise you, Atilia, don't file this condo claim because
deductible going up, premium going up,
or getting dropped and not being able to get insurance.
Yeah.
So there's some risk involved.
Yeah.
And we try to do our best to advise you on how to handle it. So if your agent's doing that, it's not because we're deterring you from filing a claim, but we're trying to look out for your best interest.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with Bradley going Vegas this weekend, and he needs to, parlay the Raiders.
Yeah,
but that's nothing to do with it. But anyway,
that's a good tip because people. It's a myth, right? Where they don't really understand how it all works.
And Bradley, you can be honest. You're like, I don't want that much money. How can I cover all these claims?
But we are coming. Unfortunately, we are coming
to the end.
Yes, but we do look forward every week, Bradley, to your
real estate update.
your tips of the week.
Insurance update. Keep saying real estate.
Stop that.
He's so embedded in our team. That's why I always think he's just part of our team.
And we appreciate you. We appreciate you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Bradley.
All right, thanks, Bradley. You're the best.
Yeah, bye-bye.
All right, Bradley Maruyama, Allstate Insurance. He's an expert we trust. You can find him on that resource tab on teamlally.com. And we have some really fun videos of him throughout the years. He's been an expert with us for over a decade. All of us aging.
All of Adrian's different hairstyles over the years, too.
All right. Well, thank you for listening, and thank you to our sponsors.
Jody and Derek of Pacific Rim Mortgage.
Bradley of Allstate Insurance.
Kenji with Pillar to Post Home Inspections.
John with Kilauea Pest Control.
Duke with Hawaii Pacific Property Management.
Robinson, Fine Line Paintworks.
Amphi with Estate Planning Group.
Jason Wu, Attorney at Law.
Rhino with Hawaii Unified.
Janice of Dreamhouse Drafting.
Fabio with Hawaii Water Damage Restoration.
Kyle with Impact Wealth.
Brian with Cleanscape LLC.
Benji, Hawaii Referral Agent.
And Danny with DHA Financial LLC. If you want to get a hold of any of our sponsors, it's easy. All you got to do is go to teamlally.com.
We also want to give a big thank you to Leah Rodriguez, our producer here in the studio, and Sheen, our video producer.
Yee-hoo.
Make sure to tune in next week. We'll have an awesome guest talking about something that'll change your life.
Forever. This is the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the guaranteed
sold program. If we can't sell your home at the agreed upon time frame and or price, we'll have it bought for cash. Thanks for an aloha.
The preceding program was sponsored by Team Lally.